Hey, and welcome back, everybody. I got another video for Tinkertown today, and today I just wanted to do a bit of a tips and tricks video in regards to just some quality of life things within the game, to things that I found that make it just a little bit easier. And since there's no manual for this game, some of the stuff you just kind of got to find out on your own. So I thought I'd throw a few of these items together, and that way, if you're playing the game, maybe you haven't seen this yet, and it might make it a little easier for you. So first of all, let's say you were out and you were collecting a bunch of items. Come back to your base and you wanted to put your stuff away. So you got these large storage containers here, and you have the ability, you can either just manually move your stuff over, or if you had several things, you can just double left click on your mouse and it automatically adds your items to where you want them to go. That being said, let's say you wanted to just pull out specific item numbers. You could go ahead and right click on the mouse, and every time you do, it adds another to the stack, and you can separate your items like so. Otherwise, when you're done, you can put them back like that. And up in the top right corner here of your inventory and your storage bins, you've got this lovely little sort button that you can hit, and it just automatically sorts your stuff for you. Nice and handy. Alright, so next tip I've got for you guys is crossing rivers. I've seen this question pop up a few times within some of the discussion threads, and it's just kind of, do you got to go around them, or how do you get over them? And one of the ways you can do that is you can actually just hit the tab button and open up your crafting inventory on your person, and as long as you've got some wood on you, you can go to the wooden plank and you can create a bunch of wooden planks right on your person. Once you have them, you can take your wooden planks and you come up to the rivers, and you can just go right across just like this and build yourself your own little makeshift bridge to get across rivers. Or if you have a bigger pool of an area where you might have some wider river, maybe around a base or something like that, you could end up basically building yourself a little dock that you can go fishing off of. Oh, and I forgot you can actually fall off of them, so you gotta be careful when you get to the edge. Alright, so the next tip I wanted to share with you guys has to do with harvesting. So when you've planted stuff, or if you come across stuff in the wild, let's say for instance we've got our olive trees and we've got our crystal apple trees here. So if you come up and just simply hit the tree and or bush, because it works for bushes as well too, to the point in which your items fall off of it, you can collect it, and it leaves the tree or bush still in place. Which is really handy, because then you can come back after a few in-game days and your items will have reappeared, and then you can harvest them all over again. As opposed to if you actually take the tree out, then that tree is gone, or bush, and in which case, unless you've got more seeds to be able to replant them, those are gone. So this also works that if you ended up finding, let's say, something in the wild and you wanted to leave it where it was, maybe it's close to your base or whatever the case is, you can leave those items in the wild as well too, and you can return to them and continue harvesting them if you didn't want to take the chance of cutting them down and hoping that that a seed drops from them. So just a little friendly tip for harvesting. Okay, my next tip for you is a combat tip, and it happens to be for the slimes. So there's several different colored slimes in the game, and one of the things you can do with them is hit them from long range, because when you hit them up close, and I'll show you, even when you hit them and they don't hit you back, you take damage. So hitting these guys from long range is definitely a handy little bit to do. Now, that being said, these guys, these little buggers, have a jump to them. So when you hit them, you have to time your shots right in order to kill them. So you shoot once, they'll jump, and you see how they continue to jump? If you shoot and they're jumping while in midair, your shots will actually miss them. So you want to time it right so that you've actually let them jump, and then you shoot so that you are sure to have your arrows hit them and damage them. Alright, so here we are. We've got two of these little bugger sandworms. Yeah, keep coming at me, you big jerk. So these guys, if you are stuck, let's say they surprise you, you're getting hurt or whatever the case is, if you can lead them away to another biome, these guys don't jump between biomes. So just a little added tip that you can kind of get your bearings down if you needed to heal, or you just need to get yourself situated, because they can jump pretty far and sometimes in a line. So, and just like that over and over again. So kind of a a bit of a tip to be able to keep them at bay. That's right, jerk face. Alright, so for our next tip is to carry some of these teleport potions around. As soon as you get the ability to be able to make the alchemy table, I highly recommend making some of these things. So I'm carrying a stack on you at all times. That way when you're out and you're either in the dungeons or you're out just farming, clearing out some areas, searching, whatever you're doing, and you're full of stuff and you're way away from your base, all you gotta do is just have one of these on your person, click your button, and it teleports you right back to your base. So pretty valuable piece of item to have on you at all times. Alright, so this last tip is kind of newer and took me a little bit to get set up here, so having to kill a bunch of stupid sandworms. So I had somebody recently actually ask me about what are these, like the sinking sand holes here, quicksand, jeevers, words, thank you. And if they actually do anything, and up until a few days ago, they didn't. But the developers just released a very small patch, just adding a couple quick little things in there, including the ability that these little sand patches here, as well as grass up over here, will actually slow down enemies. So if I was to shoot this guy, and he's just straight up running, so he's not going to cooperate. Okay, come on this way. Come on. There you go. Now you can see how he slows down quite a bit. And then comes out of the pool and gets fast again. So this is kind of a cool little tip that if you're fighting enemies, then you can just shoot them and get them to come across. And like I said, it works on grass as well too. So if you're in the grasslands or forest area, you can hit your enemies and get them to do that too. Now, keep it in mind that it works both ways. So if you get stuck in here, you can see the little snail symbol up in the top left corner there. Every time I move around, I'm slowed. Oh, I'm gonna sandworm coming. So just be very careful. Same thing with grass. When you're running around in grass, it does the same thing. It slows you down. So just a little tip for maybe some extra combat stuff for you. Okay, so I lied. One more tip before I go. This is also something I've seen quite a bit in like the discussions and forums and stuff, and it's the world map. So I know I had touched on this in my update video for 0.8. But I just thought I'd throw it in here as well too. And it's the world map and how to do it. So what you need is you need a globe. And when you take your globe, you can carry it on your person, and you can actually bring this anywhere. So it doesn't just have to be in your base. So if you are willing to actually take this and leave it in your inventory on one of the slots and actually take up some room in your inventory, you can be way out, like let's say in the desert or out in the snow biome, and you can just bring this with you, pop it down, and then you can have a look and see where you're at compared to where your home is. Alright, so that's going to do it for my quick tips and tricks video here for Tinkertown. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are playing the game, if you know something that maybe you think that I missed out on, or you can add to it, please drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys, if you've been playing this game, what you guys have discovered for yourselves. And with that, if you don't mind, please drop a like for me. I'd love to get this video out there and see if it can reach other people who are playing Tinkertown. If you guys think that it'll help them, that'd be wonderful. And with that, hope you guys have an awesome day, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.